All right, Ethan, we're back. We got a guest in town. Hey, we got to be quick, though. I got put on the spot here. We're in a time frame, so we're ready to go. We've been talking a little bit before we got in here. Every boxer that has came in this building has mentioned this man's name. And I said, I'm in Chattanooga. He's in Chattanooga. We're pretty much the same age. How do I not know this guy? I know I've heard the name. Let's get him in here. Ryan Martin. What up, bro?
What's up, man? Glad to be on here. I definitely seen the show with all the other fighters that came through, and I'm just happy to be here.
I'm happy for you to be here, man. I mean,
Appreciate
bringing the prestige around here. World champ up in the building. Everybody else talking about it, right?
Hey, just trying to get them back and keep it going. Hopefully, bring a fight here to Chattanooga.
Hey, I think that'd be really cool.
I think it'd be
We
big.
have a pretty cool arena here.
Yes.
In Chattanooga. I know a little bit about it.
Yeah, I've been working on it so far, but if it happens, it's gonna be something special.
Hey, one thing different than the other fighters I see is LinkedIn. So I'm in business and logistics, so I'm on LinkedIn more than on anything else. And you're always posting the same stuff you're posting on everything else on LinkedIn.
Yeah, actually got LinkedIn. One of my mentors, he told me about it, and I jumped on it, and it's a good platform.
Dude, it's a great platform for connecting with people that have money.
It is.
Not necessarily people who just want to
Yeah.
consume things, but people that actually want to help you or support
It's
you
great.
or people that you can actually get in touch with and they can financially do some things for you. Great platform. So I just thought it was interesting because everybody else is big on Facebook and they're big on Twitter and Instagram and they're chasing likes and they're chasing shares and comments and all this stuff. And you're over here just
You know what's
hitting
funny
them all,
about LinkedIn? I think I've been on there for about 4 months so far.
Yep.
And I get like 100 messages a day.
I bet.
Yeah, about people like just they never seen a boxer on there or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just in different connections I make on there. It's fun being like, especially in the city of Chattanooga. I don't feel like I'm well known in Chattanooga, or people know of me, but they don't really know me, and they just reach out to me, and I'm just a normal person. Like I every day I do regular stuff. You can see me around town, walking, talking, doing just normal stuff. But when I go off the campus, because I think I spend so much time away from Chattanooga,
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of people really don't get to see me or know me. They think I'm just like one of these professional fighters or athletes that just take off and never come back.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, not many, I say not to, say anything bad about everybody else, but no legit professional boxers have really came out of chat here recently besides you, right? And then to come back in town and just be chill and just be you and be candid, that's cool.
I've been all over the country. I actually went from Cleveland, Ohio to Los Angeles to Vegas. Then we went to Miami. Then we went to Tampa. Now come back to Chattanooga. But all those times I always came back to Chattanooga. But Chattanooga is by far the best place that I think. Maybe because I know everything here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it just feel like home. Like every other place, it just feel like well, I guess it's part of my career too and part of my job. So that's another reason why I feel like I'm just always working.
Sure. It's a place to get back and kind of get away from work.
Yeah.
It's almost like a vacation, even though it's home.
Yes, it is. I think I've been here for too long so far. I'm kind of ready to go. So, but I'm just ready to get back to work.
Well, man, I'm excited you're here. I'm excited to talk to you. I've got hours of questions, but I'm gonna be good. We'll get you in here again. I'm gonna be good
for sure.
So let's jump into boxing.
Let's do it.
Try to summarize real quick. How'd you get into boxing?
I got into boxing when I was 7, 8 years old with the YCAP program, which was called the West Side Boxing with Andy and Joe Smith.
Okay.
They had all the young kids, Avis, Roger, Joseph. All of us started at this place. And my older brother was boxing before I was, and he was babysitting me one day. So we went to the gym. And next thing you know, I just ran with it. It's the only sport I ever did, and I stayed with it. When I was in 6th grade, I knew what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to be a boxer. Not a professional boxer. I just wanted to be a boxer. I just wanted to make the Olympics, and that was it.
Okay. So you go through the trials. It's Golden Gloves, Junior Trials, Junior Olympics. You're winning these things, and then eventually you get to where'd you go to the Olympics?
I didn't actually go to the Olympics. I went to the Olympic trials, and I lost to Robert Easter.
Okay.
And I lost to him 13-9, and me and him developed a relationship after that fight. And I helped in pro when I was living in Cleveland. He was living in Toledo, so he was getting ready for his first title fight. So I drove to Toledo, Ohio, and I helped him get ready for his first title fight.
Okay.
So we sparred maybe like 30-something rounds, and then this this past February we actually had to fight each other, and I lost a decision to him
Really?
again in the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut.
So how much better was he then than he was last time?
Actually, he wasn't a lot. I don't think he was better. I think he just had a game plan that he stuck with,
Mhm.
and I had so much on me, like that I wanted to beat him so bad because he beat me to go to the Olympic trials. I mean, to the Olympics, and I just wanted to hurt him.
Yeah.
So his game plan was to box me. He never once stood there and fight
And
me.
he was brawling.
And yeah, even after the fight, he told me, he said, "You know, Ryan, you know, we're not gonna sit there and fight with you. You know,
He knows better.
Yeah. So, but you know, I'm still one of the best in the world. Definitely one of the best in the country. So, you know, I'm still right at the cusp of becoming a world champion and getting the belts at 140 pounds.
Yeah.
Maybe even going back down to 135 pounds.
Okay.
So,
Well, hey, man, I'm right there with you. I'm excited for you.
appreciate it.
Especially if you can come to Chattanooga and do that thing,
Yes,
because Chattanooga needs a legit sporting
Yeah,
event here.
I-
They got the soccer.
Yeah.
Boxing would be awesome.
I think the boxing, if I can get the ESPN or Showtime network to come in, I think it'd be something special for the city, especially everybody in the surrounding area, Nashville, Knoxville,
Yeah.
Memphis, all them. I think it'd be a great card, and I think it'd be something special that the city has never seen before.
Well, there's a lot of talent around, you
Yes.
know, Nashville, Knoxville, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Even in Kentucky, Memphis,
Yeah.
you could pull talent. The Carolinas, you could pull talent to Chattanooga,
Yeah,
and it's
for
all
sure.
coming through 75.
For sure.
So I
Yeah.
mean, it'd be awesome. So talk to me a little bit about, I guess, the transition from Junior Olympics, or no, I'm sorry, the regionals or whatever. What's it called?
Well, the regionals, then you go to the nationals, and then the nationals to professional.
Okay, gotcha. So tell me a little bit about going to professional. I guess the first couple fights.
Going to professional, it's definitely a big step, especially when you was like basically was ranked in like high in all the like in your amateur you rank so high. Going into the professional game is so different because first of all the hair gear comes off, and then you're actually fighting with 8-ounce gloves on,
Mhm.
and these things feel like nothing.
Okay.
And you gotta be able to take a hit.
Yeah.
Like if you can't take a hit, then it's I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be, you're gonna get hit. It's boxing.
Yeah.
You're gonna get hit. It's
Right.
just, can you take the hit? You can do it, but can you take it? But I say the biggest step up is probably the demand of sacrifice that you have to put in, and you know, the time.
Mhm.
The time you have to put in. Like boxing is never ending.
Yep.
Like you have to train all the time, and you have to sacrifice a lot, especially with food, family, friends. You have to be dedicated 100%.
That's why I respect it so much. I respect like bodybuilders and people in fitness. I respect professional athletes. I come from football, so I know what goes into that. But we're even not that dialed into like nutrition. It's just eat whatever you need to be a certain weight. But you guys, you have to be training year round to be on a certain weight or within a range to hit a certain weight at any given time, because you could get a call tomorrow to go have a world championship fight, be an alternate or whatever, and you got to be ready at all times.
You got to be ready. Yeah. And, you know, just dedication is, I think boxing is one of the only sports that can teach you life lessons.
Sure.
Like you can find the hardest kid in the streets, you put him in a boxing ring and make him feel like nothing.
Yeah.
And it just builds character. It builds a foundation for like life itself. Like life is hard. When life, everybody gonna do up and downs in life.
Sure.
No, it's a matter if you're gonna get up and keep going, or you're just gonna lay down and do nothing. It's the same with boxing.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has a plan until you get in the face, right?
Correct.
I mean, he said it right. I mean, it was correct. So you have a couple fights. I guess you get management when you go in. Are you doing regional fights? You doing like local Chattanooga fights?
Yeah. So no, it depends. It's a lot of different levels. Like no, if you don't have a manager, it's a bit tougher. Even if you do have a manager and he ain't got the right connections, it's tough. I was fortunate enough to have a good manager. Well, actually, my first manager started off at the same level I did. Like, we had no professional experience. He didn't have any professional experience.
Okay.
So we got hooked up with 50 Cent, and he kind of like gave us that platform to go be on this card, be here, be there. So we was everywhere. And while I was fighting and winning, my manager was making connections. And that's how he grew, and that's how I grew. Then we end up growing apart.
Gotcha.
Um,
So how many fights did you have prior to meeting 50?
None.
What?
None.
I didn't know. You had 0 fights prior to getting signed to him.
I had 0 professional fights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was a good amateur. I won 12 national titles. Plus I was, that close to making the United States Olympic team. So I was pretty good. Definitely one of the best in the Southeast. Definitely, I think I was the best in Tennessee.
One of the best in the country.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And every fighter got a different. Like if you make the Olympic team and you do good in Olympics, it's easy. You can get a manager in a big promotional deal easy. But if you not well known, it's gonna be a little bit tougher. And I think today a lot of fighters struggle with. I think Floyd messed the whole fighting game up because everybody's scared to take risks. Everybody's scared to lose, which you shouldn't be scared to elevate.
Okay.
So in elevate, you gotta take risks.
Yeah.
So
failure breeds success.
Right. So a lot of fighters today are scared to step up. If there's another guy that's 8-0 and I'm 8-0, we need to fight. We'll figure out who's gonna win, who's gonna lose.
Right.
If you lose, it doesn't mean your career is over. You just gotta. It's a bounce back. You just gotta build back up.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. So some fighters get so comfortable in their environment that when they get a big opportunity to fight on a major show, it's an opportunity for you. Don't forget that first. First is the opportunity for you.
Right.
To take that person's spot and let yourself be known. And I was never scared of that. I'm like still today. I'm not scared. First of all, my pride kicks in.
Right.
And I feel like my skill set is good. I feel like I'm a well-rounded fighter. I can do everything.
Yeah. At your weight, you can go in there and fight anybody at your weight in the world.
And stick with them, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's how you got to think.
And just my work ethic, my discipline to the sport is just off the charts.
I'm gonna get there. I can't wait. I see you training. Who's your trainer?
So I just signed my new management deal a few weeks ago. I'm gonna be training with Terence Crawford and Bo Mack in Denver, not in Denver, Colorado Springs, between Colorado Springs and Omaha, Nebraska. So I should be heading out there any day now. I'm looking forward to that. I'm super excited about that.
And that's who's your boxing trainers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, his name is Brian Bomack. He's going to be my head trainer, and he has 3 people on staff. I haven't met them yet. So when I was in Atlanta, I was supposed to meet them there, but it was so busy with the main event that I didn't have time to actually sit down and talk with them and meet them. So
right.
Hopefully next week I'll be heading out to training camp and get back on schedule because this past year has been kind of rough for me. I only had 1 fight this year, and hopefully everything's back on track in December or start next year. Next year should be a big year for me.
And Terence is,
yeah,
one of the best, right? If not pound for pound, the best, right?
Yeah, I think Terence is number 2 pound for pound right now, in my opinion, behind Canelo.
Yeah.
He's fighting.
I would say it, but I don't want to. I think I know who it is, but I don't want to say anything wrong.
Say it.
It's.
What is his name? Sean Porter.
Okay.
He's fighting Sean Porter.
I was about to say something else. Yeah.
He's fighting Sean Porter. So that's gonna be a huge fight. It's gonna be in Vegas, and I like Sean, but Crawford is part of my team now, so I'll go for Crawford.
There you go. Hey, teammates, man, you got to ride with them, right? No, as far as strength conditioning, I see you doing a bunch of running. Obviously, you're in town. What track are we at? Are we at GPS? Where are we at? Baylor?
I'm at every track, actually.
Okay.
So, but most of the tracks I go to is Brainerd.
Okay.
Brainerd track, because that's where my strength conditioning.
That's one of the best tracks in town, though, right?
You think so?
I don't know. As far as like feel, isn't it pretty new?
I have no idea.
I've heard.
Central track is new.
Is it?
Central and Howard got a new track. But any track, anywhere I can run, it don't matter where. It can be on the track. It can be on the side of a mountain. I don't care. I'm going to run.
Hey, you got mountains and tracks around here.
Yeah. So I run Raccoon Mountain all the time. Lookout Mountain. I run the hiking trails. Anywhere I can go, especially when it's cold. I love it.
All right. So I'm a football. I come from working out. I love like strength conditioning, Olympic lifting, that type of stuff. Yeah. I'm not a runner.
Not a runner? You gotta be a runner.
But I'm a sprinter. I love to, like, hey man,
That's
run
good.
10 110s or run
That's
20
good.
40s or whatever. I'll do that. But if you're like, hey man, go run 5 miles.
You gotta be able to do this. Cause look, you need the conditioning to keep up. Like let's say in football, let's say the team is so small, you gotta play both sides, which I'm pretty sure
I did.
you did.
I know.
And let's say they run a fast pace. You gotta be able to keep up with it. So that's when the conditioning kicks in. And like, you ain't gotta run 5 miles every day, but you gotta.
I know. Listen, well, I'm getting older, and I'm not having to compete. All right, my playing days are behind me. If I do anything that involves athletic ability, it's professional wrestling, and it's fake. So hey man, it is what it is. But I don't know. I've just never been a huge long distance runner when it comes to miles.
The thing about me, I can't work out slow. Like it eats me alive.
Everything's high intense.
Yeah, everything gotta be quick, fast. Like my recovery, it has to be a minute or less, and then we right back at it. Back at it. I can't do the slow. Like even with some of the track guys I work out with, it's like 5-minute rest in between this. I'm like, we gotta keep going. We get a 30-second rest or a minute rest, and then we keep going.
Because you don't get rest.
Right. You get you get a minute rest, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you got, and that's been distilled to me since I've been professional, and it's kind of like just how I work.
So do you have a strength conditioning coach or like a guy that gives you a plan, or when you're in the off season, do you just kind of do your thing?
I got a strength and conditioning coach here in Chattanooga, and then when I head out to training camp, they have a nutritionist and strength conditioning coach for me, and the whole staff for me out there.
Who is it in town?
His name is Darnell Dunning. He's like one of the best track coaches here in Tennessee.
Okay. He's the guy that runs the free camps for the kids over at Brainerd?
Yes.
I've heard of him.
He's a super fast, super fit guy. I think he still holds the state record in the 100.
Okay.
And
I've heard great things about the guy.
Yeah, he's a freak. He's a freak, but he can't keep up with me.
Okay, let's go.
So
I'm with it.
I hope he hears it too. So
he better share it to him. Better get it out there. I've heard great things about him. I'd love to talk to him too. Yeah. Anyway, so you got to stay in shape. You got to be a freak about it when you get that call. So you're gonna go out to Denver. We train with those guys. We're looking to fight December, January, February.
Hopefully December. If everything works right, I'll be fighting in December. I talked to my team a few days ago. They said December, but not a confirmed date yet. They working on some other stuff that I can't talk about right now.
Sure.
So hopefully that goes good. And then also another key element is your inner team. My girlfriend Gabby, she's like my micromanager. Like she takes care of me.
Gotta have that.
Yeah, she takes care of me. Like to make weight, she is the person that really helps me make weight. Like even when I'm out of camp, like with the whole food, like she breaks it down for me. It even made her want to go be a nurse. So
that's awesome.
She's heading to nursing school, and she
in case you get a little cut up.
And what's funny? She grew up around football and basketball players. So like her whole life was like football and basketball. Then when she met me, boxing kind of like changed.
What's her last name?
Upshaw.
Okay, I know. That's what I thought I knew, but yeah, I know.
Yeah, so she like all she think about is boxing now.
Okay.
So
well, it's cool to be with someone who gets it, who loves you, is want to be supportive of you, and not hold you back. Know the sacrifices it takes to be the best in the world, and to also come from a very competitive sports family. That also knows what it takes to be at the highest level in a specific field, right? So that's really cool, and props to you over there on the couch checking that out. I mean, in here, hey, listen, you got 60 minutes to talk to my guy, and then we're out of here. So listen, I appreciate it. Time is important, and I get it. So what else, man? So we got that mindset going on. So like, explain to me. We can talk about specifics of your career and all this stuff, but like, what makes you want to be one of the best boxers in the world?
That's a tough question. All the interviews I ever did, I never been asked that question before.
Coming from a guy that when he's in 6th grade just said, I just want to box. But now, as a man, you want to be one of the best in the world.
See, when I was a kid, I just wanted to box because of it's independent. It's just you in the ring. So anything that goes wrong, it's on you.
Mm-hmm.
And I always just felt like it was a safe haven for me. I feel like, this was home. But now it's about the money. It's about the money. And like no, I don't care how you cut it, slice it, dice it. It's about the money, legacy, and just like um being inspirational to 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 the kids and to adults, to anybody who wants to work hard at something or is going through a tough time. You know, just be just giving them some hope, give them some guidance. Like I have 4 people in my life right now that are mentors to me that I look up to, and they not even sports people at all. They like have nothing to do with sports at all, and they are amazed by me just as much I'm amazed by them. And these guys like really inspire me because when I was me growing up, I really never had inspiration. I never had anybody I wanted to be like. Even a boxer, like I've been around Floyd, I've been around all these other successful fighters, and I want what they got. So it's not like I guess that is called that can be some inspiration, but I want what they got. But um, just being able to uplift my city and being somebody that people can talk about for years and years and years to come. That's what motivates me too. Um, so that's all. It's a lot, and I love the hard work that goes into
Got to. If you don't like the grind, I mean, what's the point of doing it?
right.
That's the guys that just go out there and job the shows, right? Because in boxing, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of guys just go out there and just get beat.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a lot of guys that go out there and go with the flow.
Yeah, I couldn't be one of those guys.
It's boxing stuff. Boxing is a tough way to make a living.
Because the key is don't get hit as much as possible and
Yeah,
hit them as much as possible.
I hear that all the time from Gabby. Trust me.
Don't get hit.
Yeah.
Now look at her. She's having to go be a nurse, trying to learn how to take care of you, putting stress on that girl over there, man. Now you said you've been around Floyd. You've been around some of the greats. I don't know how like sparring goes. I know guys don't tell sparring stories. But like, who's the best guys you've been around and you've like taken something from?
I would say Sean Porter. Being in his camp, that's when I really learned that all the hard work that goes into it, all the discipline, the way his coaches talk to him, I'd be like, holy crap. Like, even though he's the head, they talk to him like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes it. And that's the discipline that comes with it. And all the hard work like that he puts in from eating his eating regimen. His whole 24 hours is like on schedule. It's nuts. And sparring him was like you wouldn't think he was fast, but the guy can move. He can hit, he can punch, he's like so crafty. And he is probably like what inspired me to work harder. And then when I was younger, I sparred with Deontay Wilder. Like it was so stupid.
That's a little bit of a mismatch there.
He hit me like one time, and it felt like I ran to a telephone pole. It was so bad. And being around Broner and I ain't really learned much from that, to tell you the truth. So
learn how to be crazy.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Wild out.
But it's been a few guys. It's a lot. It's even hard to think about it.
Yeah.
It's even hard to think about, but it's been a lot. But I probably learned the most being in Big Bear. Because it's in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent years there. So kind of like just every day you work hard. Only day I had off was Sunday. And then start again Monday for months turned to years. So that was fun.
It's really cool. And you're with some great guys there too.
Yeah,
so you get to learn a lot.
For sure. Some great guys.
So you started this at what? 6 or 13?
I started at 7 years old, but I couldn't fight till I was 8. So I started amateur fighting when I was 8 until I was 18.
So is that when kids are allowed to start fighting at 8?
Yeah. As far as I know, 8 years old is when you are eligible to start fighting at age group like 8 and 9, and then 9 and 10 and stuff.
Would you recommend that to other kids?
That's tough to say.
Speaking to a guy that's got a little 6-year-old that's in jiu-jitsu?
I would say yes to a certain extent.
Okay.
Now, me being honest, I would never put my kids in boxing.
You wouldn't. See, that's like me with football. I don't care if he ever plays football.
Right. I would never. I don't want my kids to box because first of all, they got to deal with all the stuff that you did.
Mm-hmm.
And then like we know how hard the sports are,
Mm-hmm.
and just boxing alone, I wouldn't want my kid to go through the things that I went through. All the sacrifices I made is I'm making them for my future family,
Yeah.
and I don't want my kid to be in the 7th grade trying to figure out, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that because I gotta make weight. My whole life was like that. I
Right.
had teachers who brought me food to school. They even thought like, oh, this kid is not eating at home and stuff like that. I said, no, I'm just fighting this weekend. I gotta make weight, and no, I didn't enjoy none of the school activities. Prom. I didn't even go to my graduation. I told him I emailed my principal. I told him to email me my diploma. And but now I look back on it, I kind of wish I did enjoy some of those high school things.
It's strange to me that you're such a high level athlete that didn't play any sports
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
high school.
I didn't play any sports in high school because every weekend I was actually fighting somewhere.
Now, was you at Central?
Yeah, I was at Central. Yeah.
Okay.
I was at Central every weekend. I was missing school so much because of boxing. I had a truancy notice. My mom got a truancy notice. I didn't care, but honestly, I don't think the city even cared.
I mean, school's
'Cause
whatever, dude.
I was winning, and especially when they found out I was going for the Olympics, it was like, oh.
Yeah.
So
He's in the paper. Nobody cares about his grades.
right. So I kind of wish I would have did more in school, like focus more on it.
Yeah.
But boxing is just hard. Like, and if you if you're not that good at it, or if you don't have the name, like as we see in Atlanta, Ali's grandson,
Yeah.
I don't think he can fight. but
Man, okay.
but the name carries him. Like he had prime time on ESPN because
know.
of his name. But
If the dude he was fighting, come on. Man.
and then like it's so much politics stuff that goes on in boxing. It's hard. It's hard. I would want my kid to play football, basketball, some of these sports that's has an organization and have fun.
A team aspect of it.
Yeah.
Team
Have
bonding.
fun. But like the part of I don't know. So I do like the independency that boxing makes out of you. So
See, I've always wanted that. I never played anything like that. Everything I know is team. Everything you know is individual.
Exactly.
So we're polar opposites.
Yeah.
So and it's funny to hear you say like, I want him to do team sports. I'm like, I want this dude to do single sports.
Yeah, it is. See, now you got me thinking because I always told her, I say I'm never put my kid in boxing. Now I'm rethinking it now.
But you also can't keep them from doing something they want to do.
Exactly.
So I think.
But what if my kid is horrible at it?
Yeah, there's a
I
thing.
just pull them out like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Well, here's what I think. I think you put them in when they're young, if they want to, if they're having fun, put them in everything. At least don't say like you're playing baseball from 4 every spring, fall, summer till you're 18 and you're getting drafted. And if you don't, you're not my kid. You can't do that.
Right.
But say, hey man, you want to play baseball? Did you have fun? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You want to play soccer? Did you like that? We won't do it anymore. You want to wrestle? Let's do that. Basketball? Play them all.
Yeah. I kind of wish I would have played football.
Yeah. You'd have been good, probably.
I'd have been really good at football.
You know?
So
I mean, you got to have the same type of explosive, fast twitch muscles in boxing. Same thing.
Basketball, I suck. I can't shoot basketball.
Hey, man, I can't. Listen, I can barely shoot, can't dribble. All right? So there's a difference.
Now, bowling, I'm a beast.
Really?
Yeah. We got to go.
Bowling?
We got to go.
So I'll get my girl. Okay. You and Gabby, we'll go bowling one night.
She ain't that good.
She ain't that good? Well, I'm not any good either. So.
See, I need some competition. No, we can bring our girls. Let's do it.
We'll have like a fun night. We can have a fun night, really catch up, do more than an hour.
That's pretty good, actually. I think she can throw it. Nah, see.
I think I actually saw it was either like your Instagram or one of your stories. You was like in the 200s.
Yeah.
I put 3 games together, couldn't be in the 200s. So you better take it easy on me first of all.
I got my own custom ball too, though.
So when did you start bowling?
I started bowling in high school, actually.
Okay.
And I don't know, it was just something. Me and my brother started doing it, and we just like was in competition so much about it. And then when I lived here basically my whole life. I'm from Chattanooga.
Yeah.
But I was born in Ohio.
Okay.
So my dad and my other brothers live in Ohio still. So when I go back to Ohio, we all went bowling. It was just so much competition. My older brother plays professional basketball in Europe right now.
Okay, that's cool.
And every time he comes back home, we all link up and we go bowling. There's always competition between all of us. So it was kind of like, we got to figure out how to get better, how to spin it, how to do this, how
Gotcha.
to do that. So that's how I got good at it.
So I guess I never tried. I mean, bowling for me was like one of my buddies' birthdays parties when we were kids, like maybe every other birthday or something. So like we never really bowled or get drunk and go bowling. Like, so
yeah.
and then like, dude, as you get older, man, you start throwing those heavy balls around. Now you're sore and you got wrist problems, shoulders hurting.
Yeah.
But it's always a good time to go.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's like pool and it's like throwing darts.
Yeah,
and playing golf. Those things, man.
I just got into golf too.
Did you?
Yes.
How are you in that? Any good?
I can swing. My putting it sucks, but
you can hit a golf ball.
Yeah, I can hit it. It's fun.
Okay, have to do some golf too or something.
Yeah, we gotta do that for sure.
I'm not even good at that either, but I love to go.
Some good courses.
They do have some good courses.
Only been to like 2.
Yeah. Okay.
We gotta go.
There's plenty of things to do, man. Yeah. But listen, now that we've gotten together, there's no reason why we shouldn't hang out. To be honest with you, too much in common.
For sure.
It's funny how you take that mindset into bowling, boxing, and bowling. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be good at something. You gotta be good at all, right?
I try to be. I try to be my best at everything I do.
I know. That's why I get so frustrated doing those type of skilled sports, or like I won't be as good as I am at something else. I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. I'm better at this over here. Yeah. But you just gotta get out of your comfort zone sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
Go do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Go do it. What else, man? What's going on?
Man, you're in town? I'm just ready to get back in the ring. And hopefully I can get this. I will get it done. Not hopefully, I will get it done. Me fighting here in Chattanooga. I already started talking to some people. I got UTC on board with using the McKenzie Arena. The whole game plan is already laid out. It's just the timing of it.
So with UTC, does that go through the athletic department?
Yeah.
So like Andrew Horton and all those guys?
I didn't talk. I talked to the guy that runs the arena. I can't think of his name.
So actually so not necessarily the athletic department, but the person that's in charge of all events.
Yes, him. What's his name? I can't think of his name, but I talked to him extensive times. Even Andy Peters was like ready to help me out with it and everything. So it's gonna be something. I even had a hotel on board, the Reed House, but something happened with that. And
to do a fight there?
No, that's gonna be the host hotel.
Yeah. So gotcha.
When this happened here, I want to bring that New York, LA type of vibe here.
Yeah.
To the city. I want people to see how what they see on TV is what's gonna come here. I want them to see like how everything's going plays out, like that. This is a real deal fight.
Sure.
And
wear your nice clothes. Get ready. Come out. There's going to be VIP. There's going to be an after party. There's going to be a place to stay.
Exactly.
Big time people are going to be here because there's going to be big time fighters.
Yes.
There's going to be a championship on the line. Look, ESPN's here. Yes. Fox Sports is here. Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I want to bring. And I think that'd be something good for the city.
Yeah, it'd be great. I'd love it. Be right there. Down at the bottom. Right there. That'd be awesome. Yeah, dude. Chattanooga needs something like that. I mean, they have decent events, but nothing cool really comes to the arena anymore.
Especially from like, you know what I think would be really good about it is that I'm from Chattanooga. I represent Chattanooga. My whole career, I represent Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. And for me to want to come back home and do an event here, because personally, that's my goal.
Yeah.
And I think Chattanooga will really get behind that. I think it'll be a sellout. I think so much good can come from it. Cause if I can tell you my whole concept behind it, it'll be wild, but I can't. So
you can't spill the ideas before it comes out.
I can't spill it now, but I want to because I'm so passionate about it, and I just want to get it done.
That's how you know something's going to be successful.
Yeah.
Even if say you don't sell out, it'll still be successful if you're that passionate about it.
Yeah, it has to sell out. It has to sell out.
Okay.
It has to sell out.
All right.
It will.
Especially, I believe you.
The supporting undercard is gonna be nice. So it's gonna be nice.
Now, okay, without giving anything away, no names or anything, but like when you envision it, are you thinking like higher level undercards, or are you thinking local undercards? Or are you thinking a mixture of both?
Mixture of both.
Highlighting some people around here,
yeah,
but also getting some people in here with some names.
But even the people from here are gonna be in some real fights.
Hey, you boys want to talk about it? go do it.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah, it's gonna be entertainment from the first fight to the main event. It's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be some knockouts, but it's gonna be some real boxing.
So, with this being a matter, do you have aspirations to promote it as well, kind of like Floyd, as in like the whole thing's you?
Yes, I do. But so I'm in talks about that right now. So we'll see.
Would that be something you'd want to do even if you're out of the game?
Yes, for sure.
Because there's money in it.
Yeah, I would like to still be involved in boxing when I'm done, somehow, and that's me starting the gym here. I'm actually working on that too.
Saw that. Yeah. Saw you post that. Yeah.
So I'm working on that, but that'll be like later on down the line.
Now, is that like a franchise?
No, it's actually not a franchise. It's
or a concept.
Yeah, it's a concept that I came up with, partner with Boxing is Love. And it's gonna be the first of its kind in the United States.
It looks sweet.
It's gonna be right here in Chattanooga. And it's gonna be something. It's gonna be not just boxing. Boxing is gonna be the heart of it, but it's gonna be a multi-sport complex. So where people can come and hold camps there from soccer to football to basketball to track to whatever to team build.
Have you talked to the guys that are involved with the Red Wolves at all?
No, I have no connections in Chattanooga. I don't feel like it. I feel like because I don't think I spent enough time here yet.
Yeah. Like, type of connections you need.
Yeah. So, but this is something that is going to be the first of its kind because I took all of my experience from places I've been to places I trained. Why can't I have that here? That's the only thing that's one reason why I can't stay in Chattanooga for training because I don't have the facility.
Okay.
I don't have a coach and I don't have a facility. But
if you had the facility, could your coach be here?
Yes. Yeah.
So in theory,
even if he couldn't be here, I would still have a facility to train when I'm not in training camp.
Because really around here you've got Andy's place and then you got Red Bank, which is down right now.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to figure out what's going on with that because I believe Skipper gave his whole life to those kids and into that facility and for it to just go away because I heard they're gonna turn it to storage.
Yeah.
I was like, no, and I heard some details about it and stuff like that. It has to be somebody who can take over that place. It has to be. I just don't believe it's just nobody wants to do anything with it. So no, we'll see. Because some people was training there and now they just Ryan got nowhere to train. So
yeah, it's interesting, especially all the guys that are around here that want to do it. Exactly. So where do you go? Do you go to Andy's spot? And that's not anybody can just walk up in there, right? It's more of like the kids program.
I have no idea. I haven't been there in so long. I don't know how it's run so far.
So where are you training around here?
I don't do no boxing training here.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the reason why. Like, you ask Gabby every day I wake up. I gotta go. I gotta go every day I wake up. Like, only thing I can do here right now is run. I like being outside anyway, so I do all my work outside. Like, I got a shadow box in my home. I got like a little workout place, so I do my stomach work. Like, I stay fit, but boxing skill wise, I just don't have that here. And then like sparring wise, I just don't have that here.
What you need here?
Yeah, but it's gonna change soon.
Okay,
it's gonna change.
When you say soon, you talking about like 2022, 2023, because we got fights happening.
Right. 23.
That's a good way. Good plan. Yeah, that's a good plan. The Chattanooga needs something like that. Just a sports complex, like a sports training complex. I've always said Chattanooga needs a gym, not another gym. The gym.
And I think that'd be good for the community too. Like, so many people like love that type of workout to get in there and just box because you get it's such a different workout from your typical Planet Fitness workout or getting on with the Peloton and stuff like that. You're actually getting there and letting off real frustration.
D1's the closest thing we have around here. You know what? But
I love D1.
I know.
I love D1.
I know I had a butt. I know. I got the same thing. So it came here when I was in high school, and then I went there a little bit, and I even worked there when I was in college when I was playing football, and then I went there when I started pursuing professional wrestling at WWE. I started training there for that tryout and stuff, and they were good to me. And like Cam's awesome, and all those guys, and Nate, and all those guys are cool.
Have you been to D-Bat?
I haven't.
I me either.
I've heard it was awesome. Thought about taking little man for like baseball lessons down there just to see it because it looks cool.
It's just straight baseball, right?
Just straight baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a very professional environment
Yeah.
from what I hear. I don't know. I want to go there and see it before I plug it on here as like a good thing. But I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, they have like former professional
Yeah.
instructors and college instructors,
That's good.
so, but like no like ringers, like no studs.
No Moogie Betts and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So, man, coming out here with a Dodgers slang. Come on here, man. Anyway, so yeah, we need something in town like that.
Yeah.
You'd be a good face for that.
Well, I'm working on it. Trust me. It's going to happen.
We need to get you shaking the right hands around here. There's no
sure.
reason why you shouldn't be.
For sure.
Yeah, I need to.
Especially before I take off to, to get back in the top 10 in the world. So
how many fights have you had professionally?
26 professional fights.
Professionally.
Yep.
Your first fight was under an agency or with 50 Cent.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yep. My first 15 fights was under 50 Cent. And then after that, I went to with Triple G, and my last 2 fights was under the Showtime banner. No, I fought Josh Taylor for the world title in Scotland. I lost to him. Then I had 2 wins, and then I fought Easter this year because the pandemic was just so messed up. Like,
yeah. Did you fight no crowd?
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Horrible. So leading up to the fight, I was training in Florida. So, Florida never shut down.
Yeah.
Florida was like wide open. So, but I was still taking, like, my life never changed because of COVID. Like, I don't go out, I don't party, I don't hang out with a lot of people. I keep the same people around me. Basically, it's just me and my girlfriend. Really,
smart.
Her. For 8 years, we've been like this for 8 years.
That's awesome.
I don't know how we do it. But so down there, I trained, and I could only bring 2 people with me. So it was my head coach and another person. It was gonna be my assistant trainer, but I ended up bringing Gabby instead. So it was a Mohegan Sun. We flew up, and we couldn't leave our hotel room for 48 hours or 24 hours? 48 hours. I had to sit in my hotel room.
Quarantine.
And we in this big old casino, and we couldn't leave our room. They cooked all our meals on that floor. So we didn't get like regular food from like the restaurants in the casino. We got it like they cooked our food, but I couldn't eat anyway. So my head coach wasn't eating the food. Gabby wasn't eating the food. And I said, the food can't be that bad. Like, I haven't eaten in like 2 days. So I'm like, y'all are tripping. So I finally make weight and everything. We had to walk to like the weigh-ins and to the press conference and stuff like that. And we couldn't, like, we had to follow like a strict line. They said, like, if you get out of our site, you be disqualified and stuff like that. We're going to send you home. You're not going to get paid. So it was very strict. So even like when the weigh-ins, we had to stay so far apart with the mask on. Even though we was tested, I had to get tested every week for like 2-3 months straight. Every week I got tested. And so fight time come around, and we walk out to this empty stadium.
Yeah,
but it had the fake crowd, and like it
like the cardboard cutouts or like screens.
It was a screen, and like the fake people
man.
in the screen, and then like you can hear it, like it was so silent.
Piped in noise, or
it was so silent. Like you can hear the commentators talking. Like it was like I never heard the commentators talking. It's as quiet it was. But it was just something where you just get it, like as soon as the bell rings, you just get in the zone. So even when I'm actually in a big fight in a big crowd, I still don't hear the crowd unless like you get hit with a really good punch and you're like, ooh,
that tunnel vision, yeah.
But other than that, it didn't bother me. It just bothered me leading up to it, coming up, like walking out. But other than that, I wouldn't want to go through it again.
Right.
So
you feed off the crowd. You want to get out there in front of those people.
Yeah.
Put on the show.
And like that's what any athlete lives for. Like fighting in front of, or being in front of a big crowd.
Yeah.
That's what's like that's the glory of it.
So
it's like modern day gladiators. Like gladiators back in the day. Like you want to fight in front of the crowd. You want to die in front of the crowd.
Well, yeah, like at UTC, I mean, we'd average like call it 10 to 12,000 people a game. Maybe we'd pack one out at like 19,000. That's really cool. Yeah. But like we go play Nebraska, 94,000 people. Go play Alabama, 99,000 people. Go play Auburn, 85,000 people. that's it's different.
Yeah.
And then you go back home and play at UTC in front of 8, and you're like, oh man, that's hard. So I understand. I couldn't imagine, like fighting for a title in front of people, and then doing that.
That messes with me too. So when I go fight in front of 30 or 40,000 people, and then I go fight in front of a few thousand people, it's not as exciting.
Right.
And I think my girlfriend was the first one to bring that to my attention. Was like, you don't seem excited for this fight. And I'm like, kind of really ain't the same. Like the best night of my career was when I fought at Madison Square Garden. It was like,
that's awesome.
It was packed, plus the floor was packed. So it must have been like, I don't know, it must have been like 50, 60,000 people there.
Yeah.
It was so loud. When I walked out my tunnel, you can hear the floor. I mean, you can feel the floor shaking. And, just fighting in Madison Square Garden was like,
that's the Mecca, man.
Holy crap. Like, I remember walking down the hall, and you can see like names of Michael Jackson and the Beatles and Prince and all these names on the wall, like who walked down this tunnel. It's like, holy crap, they was in the same room that I was in.
Yep.
Even in LA, fighting at the Forum, those stars that been in that room, and fighting in Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. Vegas was my girlfriend's best night because she got to enjoy all the stars that was there, like meeting Dave Chappelle and all these other stars.
That's pretty cool.
Just like, fighting in Vegas is different too. Fighting in Vegas is like, because Vegas, you don't have to leave this strip for anything.
Right.
So after the fight, like we just went walking on the strip and just went out like to all these different clubs and just partied the whole night. And New York was like the same, like these exclusive after parties. So fighting in cities like that and then going to Connecticut or something like that, it's like, it's like, I ain't really feeling this. So
no, I got you. I understand. Trust me, I understand a little bit. I don't understand as far as like the individual aspect of it and everybody chanting your name, but I get it. I do get
it's
it.
Fun. I'm bringing back memories right now. I'm ready to go back to it.
I'm ready for you. I mean, I see all your posts. I mean, you're every day you're chomping at the bit. I can tell, and that's a good thing. That you're motivated right now and you're inspired. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
because when you're like that, you're going to inspire other people with your motivation. Okay, I got to ask a couple stupid questions.
Let's do it.
Just because it's boxing and they're out there, and I want to.
It's no such thing as stupid question.
And also, I've been keeping up with time. I got 12 minutes. I'm actually gonna cut it short. I'm gonna go about 5 more minutes. Is that okay? I got permission. I got 12? Man, she liked the interview. I get it. All right, so what about this celebrity boxing? All right, so...
Hold on. You mean the YouTube boxing?
Yes, we could touch on both because it's both becoming a thing.
Because I know they are doing celebrity boxing where it is not as big as the YouTube fighters.
Yeah, when I say it, I'm talking about YouTube.
Okay.
You know exactly who I'm talking about when I'm saying this.
Yeah.
Okay. I am coming from football and baseball. My favorite sport to watch on TV is MMA, no matter what it is. PFL, UFC, Bellator, and boxing.
What's funny? I just got an idea. Don't he look like Stipe?
Okay.
You look like Stipe. Oh my God. You know what that is?
Like Stipe is in like the UFC fighter?
Yeah.
Like the heavyweight champ Stipe? I'll take it.
He's my friend. I trained with him for like 5 years.
Really?
In Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, dude, Stipe's a bad man.
He is.
Very bad man. Look, first of all, Stipe wore Francis out, and then he fights Francis, gets caught, and now everybody was talking about Francis as the man. Wait a minute. They need to watch the first fight and then give him another chance.
I met Francis before he was champion. Dude is huge.
Oh, yeah, he's a freak.
Huge.
He's a freak.
He is huge.
He's one of those guys that, like, back in the day, like, would just come over to a country and take it over.
Right.
I mean, who's going to tell him he's not? Because it's not like he's getting tested.
Yeah.
He's natural like that.
He's huge, man. He trains at the UFC PI out in Vegas.
Yeah.
He is.
And didn't even start really doing this until like his late 20s?
Yeah, like he was living on the streets and stuff. I didn't know that.
He walked across the continent of Africa and got kicked out and had to go back and do it again.
He's a beast.
That's the one guy I'm not trying to run across.
But to answer your question about the YouTube.
Yeah, Jake Paul and Logan Paul.
I've been asked that a lot. And I don't like it, but I'm not against it. Because it is entertaining. It is funny. especially seeing when he said he almost died when he fought Floyd. I don't know if it was Jake or Paul, Jake or
Logan.
Yeah, whichever one it was. But then seeing him get hit by
Tyron Woodley.
yeah,
That's Jake.
yeah. I mean, for me, why I feel like it's kind of disrespectful to the actual fighters who actually do this, that we work our whole life to get contracts with Showtime and stuff like that, and these YouTube guys just come in and they straight get the contracts
and make all the money.
Yeah. Which then a part of me understand that the new world we're going into, the social media stuff, it's all about views now.
Yep.
And they bring the views.
Yep.
So I kind of understand that. But some fighters, fighters actually die doing this.
Correct.
And
it's the most dangerous sport out there.
And they make a mockery of it. So, now if they actually fought real fighters, like some of the, this what really gets me right here. I'm glad I get to talk about this right now. The commentators on boxing, I can't remember which one it was, but one of them said that Jake Paul or Logan Paul can be world champions.
Like Skip Bayless, is that who you're talking about on like First Take?
Did he say that?
I heard him say that one day he potentially could be. And I was like, you lost your mind, man.
You lost your like, I don't even know where your mind is at. Like, if they actually fight real fighters, not retired fighters, not like Tyrone was like an ex-UFC fighter.
He's 40.
Yeah, and then actually fight a real fighter in your weight class. And then we can talk about being a contender and maybe a future world champion. But you can't just throw that out there when you got one or two fights. You got guys who win gold in the Olympics, stuff like that. They don't even get that praise. And you got guys who actually really doing this, who's knocking people out and going up the rankings, and you don't even say that about them. And I don't know if they get paid to say it or what, and that's very disrespectful to fighters who actually do it. And some fighters work their whole life and never gets to that point.
Yeah.
So, no.
So you got Jake, he fought a YouTuber, 1-0.
Yeah.
He fought Nate Robinson, a basketball player, 2-0. Or maybe that was his first real fight, I don't know. Then he fought Ben Askren, the worst striker in MMA history.
No, that fight, Ben should be able to take a punch, first of all.
He should have. He should be able to.
He should, but he is older. So
I think he just took it and took his money and got out.
Yeah, I think he took it.
Then he fights Tyron Woodley, which I guess maybe gets him a little bit of respect just because Tyron can punch.
Yeah, but he didn't. Tyron just like let up. Like you see, like he didn't.
Why did he not get him out of there when he got him up against the ropes?
Yeah.
Sketchy to me.
Yeah.
Sketchy. So there's that. But now he's potentially going to fight Tommy Fury.
Oh yeah, That's not going to happen. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. Do
you think if that happens, it's bad for him?
For who?
For Jake, or do you think Tommy Fury? You think Tommy Fury's better than him?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Tommy, it'd be a tough situation with him because if he lose to is it Logan?
It's Jake.
If he lose to Jake, his family will disown him because he's brother with Tyson Fury.
Oh, Tyson said he would take his last name from him.
Right, and it just be bad for boxing. And he's one of the best in his weight class right now. So I don't see why Jake Paul would take that fight in the first place. So but if it does happen, that will let me know Jake Paul is really trying to do something with boxing. If that fight happens.
I got
if it don't happen, then I don't think it's gonna happen anyway. But
so Logan Paul fought Floyd.
Yeah.
Now obviously he's 2 men bigger than Floyd.
Right. And then we all know Floyd is just in it for the money right now. So
yeah, but even Floyd caught him.
Yeah,
and
he said he almost died. That's what he said. I almost died when Floyd hit me.
Yeah,
so it's like,
and think about how hard it is for Floyd's size to actually hit a guy that big with power. Like you can hit him, you can touch him, but to hit him with power, So did you see where the rumor is Logan Paul is going to fight Tyson?
Oh yeah, I did see that. I would love to see that. When Tyson and Roy Jones fought. Was that like 2 years ago?
I think it was a strong year ago, maybe a little bit longer.
It was the funniest stuff I've ever seen on TV because Snoop Dogg was hosting it.
Yes, and everybody was high.
Yes, but it was a joy for me because that's the first time I got to see Tyson live,
Not
real action,
not in a highlight.
Yes,
We grew up where it was
right.
like.
Yeah.
So I can actually remember, and we're out of time. I can actually remember when I was the only Tyson fight I ever saw. I was young, very little, barely remember. One of the first memories I have was the Lennox Lewis fight. I remember my parents
That's a great first memory.
I remember my parents ordering the fight,
Mhm.
and it was late, and I was tired. I didn't want to watch it. Everybody's hyping up this Tyson guy, and then he gets beaten. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. But I didn't know. And then you get older, and you're like,
He was older. Yeah, Tyson was older at that point.
You
Yeah.
get older, and it's like, oh, it's Mike
Yeah,
Tyson.
it's
Now
Mike
you start
Tyson.
going back and looking at his old stuff. You're
Yeah.
like, that is a beast.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
To get to watch him
It's-
as a 30-year-old man, that's awesome.
It's funny. So I met Mike Tyson when I was like 11-0. I met him in Pittsburgh. I fought on one of his shows, and then I met him again after one of my fights in Rhode Island. We was at one of the big casinos there. It was like 3:00 in the morning. I just got done fighting. The main event happened, and I was walking down the casino, and Mike Tyson pulled me over. We started talking. He said, "Let's go get some gelato." I said, "Okay, we'll get some gelato." He had like 2 big security guards with him and stuff like that. They go into this restaurant and they kick everybody out. All right, so it's just me, Tyson, and his 2 bodyguards sitting there having gelato. I don't know. We really want to talk about it. Oh yeah, we started talking, right? And his tax. Somebody said something about his taxes because there was 1,001 people to follow him around this place.
Mhm.
Somebody said, "Tyson, you ever gonna pay your taxes?" And he lit a cigarette and he said, "Fuck them taxes." I ain't lying. And that right there showed me like Mike Tyson is not a gimmick. He's not fake. He is whatever you see on TV is really who he is. And I love that about him. Like
He's authentic.
Yeah, like he's always ready. Like he's always ready to fight.
Yeah.
And then we met again in Vegas. And then we met again on a plane when I was coming back from Scotland. I had my eye was cut open, so I had a patch on my eye, and I got in my seat. We was in first class, and this guy sitting next to me, I had the patch on, so I couldn't really see that well. But I looked over and I seen a guy who had like a tattoo on his face. I'm like, I ain't thinking nothing else. So I sit back and like a few hours go by. I think it was like a 9-hour, 12-hour plane ride or whatever. And I finally look at him again, and then he looked at me again. He said, "You're gonna be all right, champ." And it was Tyson. It was Mike Tyson. I'm like, holy shit. It's Mike Tyson again, like 3 times in a row. Or I'll just meet you again. So
Yeah.
it's always a joy to be in the presence of Mike Tyson because he is like one of the greats. Like,
Yeah.
He is, definitely one of the greats. And you know, he's always high.
Yeah.
He's always high. And it's just it's funny to be able to talk with him and you know, just be in his presence.
That's cool.
It's so many cool stories I got. It's just Mike Tyson is definitely one of them, man. And I got to meet Muhammad Ali's one of them. Well, I think it's his last wife.
Gotcha.
I think he had like 5 wives.
Okay.
At one point or something like that. So
Yeah.
I got to meet her and I shook her hand because to me that was the closest I was going to be able to be to
Ali.
Yeah, Ali. Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
didn't get to meet him before he passed, but shaking her hand was like, oh, this is close I ever get to meet Ali. Because to me, Ali was the greatest because of what he did outside the ring.
Absolutely.
And I actually watched the documentary between him and Malcolm X on Netflix. Amazing. Like how much, like just the things he did and what he stood for, and you know, to be able to go through the things that he go through, and he's not celebrating until after he dies or after he goes through those things.
Right.
Like, people didn't support him when he was
doing it.
Yeah.
Now they won't talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, and I feel like some of the stuff like what Kaepernick is going through and Kyrie is kind of the same thing but modern day. Like you have to go through these things for people to appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then like people will, oh, that's like he paved the way in some kind of certain aspect to give us this right or that right.
Whatever they take from it in the future, something was good.
Right.
It meant for good no matter how it was perceived.
Yeah. But you know, everybody, you know, that's the world we live in, even today or 20 years ago, you know, it's good and bad and everything.
Sure is. Well, dude, Ryan, this is a sharp hour. Looking at it right now, it's a sharp hour. Hey, thank you so much.
We gotta get back on.
We'll get you back on. We'll do it a little bit earlier. We'll get on here and just rant and rave and do some stuff. We'll get out of here outside of the studio and get to know each other a little bit better.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
feel like we'll
for
have
sure.
a good time. Get
For
the girls
sure.
together, let them have a good time.
Yeah,
She needs
for
some
sure.
friends anyways, I tell you that much.
Yeah.
So
Well, Gabby does too.
perfect. There we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming
Hey,
on for
sounds
sure.
Good. Sounds good.
All right, guys. So subscribe to the channel, like the channel, leave a comment, ask any questions you want to do next time for Ryan. Spotify is where you're listening. Do whatever you need to do. Apple Podcasts, leave the review. Also, hit that subscribe. Buzzsprout, if you're listening to it on there, I don't know why. Find the other platforms. It's on all podcast platforms. All right. Appreciate it. We'll hit you guys next time. This was Ryan Martin. We appreciate it. Bye.